Hello YouTube, it's the scientist once again with another discussion. Today's discussion is on Milgram's experiment. Milgram's experiment is a psychological experiment dealing with the question of how much pain a person will bring to another just because they are told to. The reasoning behind this experiment is that Milgram wondered why Nazi soldiers brought so much pain to others, and they followed those orders even though it may have been against their moral beliefs or even humanic feelings. So inside the experiment there is two things happening at the same time. There is the Milgram experiment and there is a fake experiment happening. So let me explain the fake experiment to you first. In the fake experiment there are three roles. There is the experimenter, who is the administrator of the fake experiment. He tells the other two what to do. Especially the second role, the teacher. He administers what the teacher does. The teacher is to follow the orders of the experimenter. He is to teach vocab words to the learner. And every time a learner gets a vocab word wrong, he is to administer a voltage shock to him because he got words wrong. And then finally there is the learner, who is the third role. He is supposed to be the subject of the fake experiment. He is to guess on vocab words and to see if he gets it right or not. Every time he gets a word wrong, he gets an electroshock. He does this from an electroshock machine that is strapped to his arm. The purpose of the fake experiment is to see if pain will increase memorization. The learner will be in a separate room from the experimenter and the teacher. The teacher will teach vocab words to the learner over an intercom, and every time the learner gets a word wrong, the teacher will flick a switch and press a button of a certain amount of voltage. The starting volt of the electroshock is 15 volts, which is a minor discomfort, and it ranges from 15 all the way to 450 volts. The effects of a 450 volt shock leaves permanent scarring of the skin of a dielectrical breakdown. We'll show you a picture of this in the description below. So every time he gets a word wrong, the voltage will increase. So that is the fake experiment. The Milgram experiment observes the fake experiment. The learner is actually an actor. He is not a subject of the experiment. The real subject of the experiment is the teacher. They are observing the response of the teacher within the fake experiment. The learner is an actor by taking off the electroshock and purposely choosing fake wrong answers and thus having a fake result. He will start expressing pain and start banging against the wall when it gets to 300 volts of the electroshock. Now, if the teacher starts wondering or questioning the experimenter will tell the teacher to please continue. If the teacher still resists or questions, the experimenter will repeat himself saying, "The experiment requires that you continue." If there is still hesitance and such, the experimenter will say, "It is absolutely essential that you continue. You have no other choice. You must go on." If the teacher does not want to continue, he will not be forced to continue. He will be able to leave and continue on with the rest of his day. So with the Milgram experiment, it was expected that 3 out of 100 participants would actually give the maximum voltage shock of 145 volts to the learner. In actual reality, it turned out to be that 26 out of 40 participants gave the maximum shock to the learner. That is 60%, which is way more than the 3% that was anticipated originally. This shock, the Milgram and the Yale scientists at the time, no one ever expected that someone would give this much shock to a person just because they were told to. Because of these results, multiple interpretations were given to this. One of them is the theory of conformism, which describes the fundamental relationship between the group of reference and the individual person. A subject who has neither ability nor expertise to make the decision, especially in a crisis, will leave decision-making to the group and its hierarchy. This group is the person's behavioral model, which is saying that when an individual is with a group, he will leave the decision-making to the group itself instead of making the decision himself, because he feels like the group should instead, and he gives up his individuality so the group can make a decision on its own. So this group can be another person, or it could be society, or etc. Another one is the agentic state theory, which is saying the essence of obedience consists in the fact that a person comes to view themselves as an instrument for carrying out another person's wishes, and then therefore no longer see themselves as an instrument for carrying out another person's wishes. No longer. Blah, blah, blah. Once this critical shift of viewpoint has occurred in the person, all the essential features of obedience follows. So what the agentic state theory is saying, that a person will follow what person says just so that they will show kindness, just so they will help that person out, not for themselves. They want to be an instrument for others. They want to please others. So this can be a horrific thing. This could be a beneficial thing. It doesn't matter. For if that person is close to them or they look up to that person, they will follow that person's orders just so they can have that person's wishes be fulfilled. Now, this definitely makes sense for Nazi soldiers when they were given orders from Hitler and his top men for doing such horrendous things. But that's why they were. This is a theory on why they would do these kind of things. The Milgram experiment has been used time and time again just to see if it still works. And unfortunately, as you may look at it, same results still applied to it. So once again, I hope you enjoyed my video discussion on the Milgram's experiment. If I got anything wrong, please tell me. Comment, video link, message. Just as I said in my video discussions before, I don't want to give false information to others and just keep continuously spreading that false information. That's how bad things began, with lies and false information, and I don't want to be the cause of that. So if you find my video discussions interesting, please subscribe, and if you have any ideas or something you want to hear about, please give me something. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye now.